Oh, greetings and welcome to the One Six Scale Man proudly presents Collectors Lounge International, man. Listen, a great show. We already have an incredible panel. Listen, we always go off the cuff. There's no planned scenario here. This is basically what we do. We follow our own narrative. And we just talk about collecting and we talk about everything that makes us happy within the collecting realm. Now, again, it's Sunday. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So you've had your breakfast. You probably had your tea, probably had your coffee. You sat back, read the newspaper. You probably got online and basically see if you could backtrack and watch that Queen Studio showcase, see if there was any interesting information you got from there. But anyway, regardless of that, you are here with us, and we are so happy to have you here. And I can't do this alone without my cohorts, individuals that are extremely cool. And we got two special guests, returning guests, and I'm so happy to have them in here because they already made an impact and they're just smooth as ever. But real quick, let's just bring in the hosts, co-host of the show. We have none other than my man Killer Cam is in the building. Killer Cam, what's going on with you, brother?
It's good, man. Thank you for having me again. Glad to be here, man. This is a Sunday, I woke up early. My wife said we going to church Palm Sunday, so I had to go.
Yeah.
And I was rushing to get here today, man. I was like, my setup, as you see, is a little different. So I had to go to a different location to record today. So I'm like, hey, glad to be here though. So
bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You made it. You're here with us, and we just gonna keep the show rolling. So I'm happy about that. Next up, we got you know who it is, Mr. Clean himself. Literally, Mr. Clean himself.
Where is Michael Bane?
Where's Michael Caine, bro? Like, what's up?
I won't do nothing. Stay off.
Where's Michael Caine, bro? Why isn't he actually cleaning up for you, brother?
He unionized, man. He unionized. He's gone.
You said he's gone. He's unionized.
It took me hours to do this.
Oh, come on, man. We got to get him back. Hey, it's polished. It's super clean, as always. I mean, you probably got the cleanest collection I've ever seen, period. I'm like, man,
I got a lot of pre-orders.
Huh?
A lot of pre-orders. Something's got to give.
Oh, man.
So you said the pre-orders is going to change the game. It might change up things a bit.
And I have to get a bit more creative. I've got stuff in mind. Watch this.
I got you, man. But hey, still you're here, bro. So glad to have you here, man. As always, every Sunday we do this and we love it. And everybody loves this show. So I'm so happy, man. Next up, man, we got to introduce the panel. Like, we got to introduce one of the returning guests from last week, my man, Ben, attention-seeking geek. Brother,
hello.
What is going on with you, man?
I'm back. It's like the door was left ajar, and I shoved my foot in and said, wait for me, and I'm back.
And you're back. And we're glad to have you back, man. So good to have you here, brother.
Thank you.
Another Sunday with you. Next up, we got, come on, man. This guy, Alan, doesn't need any introduction. This is the Six Scale Gallery. I mean, this guy makes some magnificent works of art, and he's so humbled about it. But I know when he gets off the camera, he's like, I did that, bitches. I did that.
No,
he said, nah. He's like, nah, I'm just, nah. Yeah. Good to have you here, brother. So glad to have you here, man. Yeah, man. I'm so happy to have you here, man. But yeah. So yes, we have an amazing panel here today, and I'm so glad to see that everybody is doing good. Everybody out there in the chat, you know what it is. It's Sunday, so you got to let us know who you are, where you're from, where you're at right now. But so glad to have you here. We got my man, my guy, my bro, Ryan Kirkwood is in the building. Yo, my man Alan is here. Exactly, man. Come on, man. See, everybody just loves everybody, man. Straight up. We got Renstown Latino, Louis Labitz is in the building. Who else we got? Windman 42 is here. We got Hydra Collectibles. Eric Patterson is in the building. Super duper clean. He said, yeah, he's talking about Focus's display. He says super duper clean. We got Mark P in the building. We got Empire Strikes is in the building. AJ Agruza. Cam is out there in the building. He's spreading some love. We got Latoya T, my baby. Happy Sunday, everyone. We got Bob Dylan, Daniel Welfare, IG Darkwing Collections. We have The Islamic in the building. Mark P, AG Garuza. Let's see who else we have. PT Works is in the building. Chi-Town Cylon. We have Attention Seeking Geeks out there. He said, let's go. Real Limes is in the building. Bob Dylan is in the building. Professor Bob Dylan. DT Artman is in the building. Dart Threads is in the building. We got Focus is out there. Let's see who else we got here. Lee O'Reilly is in the building. We got let's see here. Who else? JC is here. Primetime Reviews. And John Michael Jameer is here, man. And like I said, everybody just keeps piling in. So we're going to start seeing some more faces actually jumping in. We got CT 603, Triple G Comics is in the building. Dwindow 100 is in the building as well. And yes, Renz Talentino, as always, Artist Supreme. So yes, great Sunday, great discussions to be had. So here we go. So interesting. Before we actually dive in, I wanted to actually bring something up here because it was a bit actually Cam. Cam is always on top of stuff first. Like Cam finds these things, and it's like if I know when I wake up in the morning, it's going to be something that Cam found. So Cam found this first, and then I got a message from Attention Seeking. I got it from Ben. He was like, "Yeah, we need to talk about this on the show."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," and I checked it out. And I was like, "Yeah, we really need to talk about this on the show because." Yeah, it's about damn time. I'm glad that they're doing this. I didn't really expect them to do anything like this, but they're doing it. In any case, I'm happy because we, finally get a, which everybody who basically knows the U.S. soldier or the U.S. agent, anti-hero at best. He at one point, became Captain America. He does have a violent by nature type of attitude. In the books itself, he's even is a tad bit stronger than Cap. And that's just mainly off of aggression. He also was the stand-in Captain America for which we call during the Dark Reign saga, which was a very interesting and controversial book, but it was incredible. I loved it. But yeah, let's bring in this guy here, man. We're talking about none other than they call him the Patriot. And Cam, it was funny because when you brought it up, you compared him to who was it? The character from
God, what's his name? Yeah, the old guy.
Carl Fredrickson, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, but and that's
yeah, I know you're talking about that. Yeah, I mean, he looked just like him. I thought I was like,
I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him without the balloons, man.
right. I was like, oh man.
So it's crazy that we are getting this figure. Of course, Toys R Us, who are unlicensed, produced this piece, and they can't really call it, U.S. Agent or Captain America, of course. But we know what it is. But I can honestly say, just in looking at it, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty damn good to me, man. Like it really, really does. I'll go with you first, Cam, because like I said, you contact. What you think about this, bro?
So at first, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh man, they kind of like jacked up the head sculpt a bit, But I mean, also it's third party, So
yeah.
My expectations kind of, I had to like bring them back to earth for a second.
Yeah, the temper. Because
I was like, all right, come on now. You know what I'm saying? You're asking a little bit too much. And then I thought about it, I was like, yo, I'm gonna still get this figure regardless, because the fact that, we haven't been offered this figure for Hot Toys, and it's been a while since the series came out and finished. And I'm pretty sure that's one of those figures that the ship sailed, just like Red Guardian and Valkyrie and all these other figures we didn't see previously.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that we're not gonna see. So, just to be able to complete that collection and maybe have like, Bucky Winter Soldier and then the new Captain America Sam Wilson fighting him would be cool. I think that'd be a cool pose. And this is the only way we're probably gonna get it now. So for me, I was like, good enough for me, so
yeah. And that's the thing, it's just like you got to take your wins where you can get them. You know what I mean? And I just felt as though that's what they were looking at. Ben, what you think about this piece, man?
Well, like my wife, says to me, it only looks good from one angle.
Yeah.
The head sculpt. Like the head sculpt is bad. Like I don't think it's great, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then there you go. That's the angle right there. I think that it does look okay. But as Cam said, this is a figure that Hot Toys are never going to make, and it's an opportunity to kind of own that part of the series. And we know we're getting the Sam Wilson cap coming, so this will look fantastic, kind of displayed. I do think they kind of missed a trick not doing him as a duo pack with Battlestar.
Yeah.
I think that would have been really cool. And I also think potentially they've kind of missed a trick not having him as the spoiler warning, by the way, if you've not seen Winter Soldier and Falcon, but at the end he gets that kind of more iconic look as the US agent. Exactly. And if they'd done that, it kind of gives it more years, in terms of popularity, because we know that suit's going to come back. If Val's kind of building up this Thunderbolts team or whatever. So I do think they maybe should have opted for that rather than this look, but I guess this is the look that features more kind of heavily in the series. But the suit, the tailoring and everything, that looks, as far as I know, Hot Toys level, really. I think that looks good. So as long as you can excuse the dirt that is that head sculpt, then I mean, with the helmet on, it's fine,
I think we talked about it, didn't we? We talked about it the other day. You were he was asking me, he was like, oh man, they would have missed it by not adding a Lamar in there for Battlestar. And I was like, yeah, they probably would have done the head sculpt and it would have looked like Arsenio Hall. So we were like, nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Bro.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah, more than likely, you're right. It would have probably ended up looking like, here's the thing, because even with the figures that I have, I very seldomly use head sculpts. Like, I just don't. You know what I mean? I'm more so, if it's helmeted, I'll keep it, just true to form. Like, I'll actually probably use like the head sculpts, temporarily just to take a photo. And then I'll take it off and I'll just put the helmet back on. Case in point, Ant-Man. But you know what I mean? It was just one of those situations where, with this, I look at it and I'm like, okay, I already go into it with very low expectations because number one, we're talking about Toys R Us. Anybody, look, there were a few pieces that I got from them that were wins. Two pieces off the bat were, of course, Doc Ock and my Goblin. So great piece.
Cable.
And Cable. I missed out on that version of Cable. I wanted to get it, but I didn't end up getting it. So I missed it. But and then they've had some really, 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 really misses. A lot of misses. Well, more so with that Proxima Midnight. As much as I wanted to get that piece, I just had to pass on it because of the arms. And then, of course, that quarter scale pink Kingpin that they gave us. I was like, yo, come on, man. What are y'all doing? Like, really? Are y'all really, really, really doing this? But, it was to be expected. But yeah, here with this, I'd probably keep it helmeted. But I think, you know what? It's not even, I can't blame them fully on this head sculpt because the way he looked on the show,
but he's quite distinctive looking, isn't he? Like his chin, kind of, that side profile, like.
Yeah, bro. I didn't like the way it looked on even the show itself, even though he brought the character to life and he gave us the attitude that we needed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that the look just wasn't there for me. You know what I mean?
Think that's the point, though, isn't it? It was supposed to like rub us all up the wrong way.
The wrong way.
100%.
How dare you stand where he stands? Like, yeah.
So it was basically to give us a totally different outlook. So I get that, and you're right. You're right. We were supposed to look at it from a totally different ocular and vantage point. Shane, what do you think about this, bro?
Man, I was just laughing there because you were like, you know, if you were to get that, maybe you display it like without the head sculpt. That must be the market that they're trying to corner here, man. Because that head sculpt, it's not an insult just to the actor. It's like it's an insult to kind of, you know, like humans. It's just it doesn't look right at all. It's not possible as human. It's like no, I don't know. Like it doesn't look Homo sapien anyway. Like it's just a bit strange. Like, but I have less than zero interest in this. Like nothing. Like I have nothing for this figure. Like you know, it's gonna take an absolute home run for me to get out of my lane and get a figure from the Marvel TV shows. But if I was getting a figure from this show, it would be that Falcon because that is amazing looking. It is. And I wasn't even gone on the actual look of the suit on screen, but when I saw the actual figure and the how much it pops, the wingspan, the head sculpt, I really like Anthony Mackie. Like, but then I was thinking, get him, I've got to get the Winter Soldier as well. And I was like, just stay in your lane. Yeah. So if I'm getting a figure, it is 100% not this one. And so I'm sounding like I'm hating on it. You know, the only thing I will say is that his face in the actual helmet, he like you said, he has that distinctive jaw, like the guy from Up. It kind of does. It does look like him. It does. He's got, you know, honestly, you stick a few balloons in a house, like you. This is Pixar or whatever. But now look, look, that's the only positive thing I can say about that. That in
you can't not see it.
He does look like the guy from Up. I mean, sorry, the actual character. Yeah, that's
Alan.
it. I have no interest in this. I'm sorry.
Right? None.
I'm sorry.
Alan, you see this from you see this from a photography standpoint. Because here's the
go on. I think Vaseline on the lens.
It's broken.
Vaseline on the lens would sort that out.
Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah.
Like literally, how do you do it? Like, how would you do it? Like,
I mean, as Ben said, I think there is only one angle that I would potentially shoot that from, and that is from the profile. The profile looks great, and on the helmeted sculpt, the unmasked one. No offense.
Yeah.
I don't. It looks like very Street Fighter. Like I don't know. Ken vibe. I don't know.
He looked like he lost in Street Fighter.
Yeah. Yo. I mean, I'm
sorry, Leal, but that's the guy that this sculpt. It's a face for radio, not for YouTube. Like I'm just
nah. But you know what? The thing is, it's crazy enough. It does look like the actor, but that says a lot for the actor himself. And he does, because that's Kurt Russell's son. So he looks exactly like Kurt Russell, sort of, in certain angles. But I think here's the thing, bro. Like, if they go with the latest iteration, or if they go with their own interpretation, let him grow out his beard. Give him a totally different scruffy look. And then maybe we could talk. But yeah, I mean, if anything, this would just be a compliment to definitely Cap and Bucky, as far as like an anti, which does lend a simple fact that Cam, I think we talked about this. I wish they would have basically released the Falcon version of Sam.
That would have been cool. I think,
that would have been decent to at least kind of go back and recreate and rehash on the scenes when they were basically fighting together against him and stuff like that. But it's I don't know. I mean,
is this the first time Toys Era have used their name for a little while as well? Because did they go under a different moniker like Thunder Toys or whatever?
Well, they're still using that name. They're just definitely going under a different moniker. They have two different companies. That's like even Toys Wonderland has two totally different companies. You know what I mean? So they use one company for their unlicensed. They use another company, for more of their licensed product. So that's definitely a thing that's currently out there right now. So it's something that's out there to be expected. But with this piece, Nah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm pretty good. I think people out there, everybody out in the chat, let me know what y'all think. Are y'all getting this piece? Is this something that y'all basically would consider and acquiring? I mean, I'll get it, but it just won't be something. I'll probably take the indirect approach and probably have him fuzzed out in the background. You know what I mean? One of those things. You know what I mean? So I'll do that. But yeah, it's just
keep your money, Leo. Keep your money. Keep your money, man.
Yeah. I probably will.
The only thing that would be cool, I would like to recreate that scene with the Flag Smasher. So you could buy a generic one-sit figure and have him kind of, on the ground, and then have the shield up above his head.
Hell yeah!
But like reverse. Take that head. Take that.
Yeah, just have the head sculpt and him just destroying it for us.
Or like have
it's
a
pity because I did think he was great in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I did think he was great in the show, and when he lost it, I was thinking, oh man, that's dark, because like that scene when he goes to town on your man with the shield.
Yeah,
I was thinking, being he was really feeling the pressure about trying to fill the other Cap's boots and all that, and it was done like you could see someone probably snapping like that in a wartime situation like that. I thought he portrayed the character really well, but
yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of unanimous here. Like, some of us are going to get it, but we're just not in agreement as to this piece.
If we get Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers or whatever kind of route they're going down, then potentially Hot Toys will give us a US agent of
Hell yeah, definitely. If they give us, but here's the thing though. If they do it, it's still going to be him. You know what I mean? It's still going to be him as US agent. It'd probably be more of an updated version of it, but it's still going to be him as a U.S. agent unless they decide to recast, which we know they probably won't. But then who knows? With the passing of William Hurt, we still have to get another rest in peace. We still have to get another Thunderbolt Ross to kind of portray that role. And I mean, then we have to introduce Dakin, Songbird. Scar, you know what I mean? So there's, Sakaar. We had to get so many characters to kind of introduce. Even they would have to finally give us Baron effing Zemo. Hot Toys, come on, man, stop playing. Just give us Baron Zemo. It's theirs. It's easy.
It looks so good as well. That what we saw.
It looks great. It looks phenomenal. So I don't know.
Can I just make a point on this?
Yeah.
Like, I heard, I don't know if it's confirmed or not or whatever, but apparently there's a Captain America 4. Has that been officially confirmed? And Anthony Mackie is Captain America now, so he is Captain America 4, yeah?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Weren't they setting up that this guy, I can't remember the other Captain America, the Wish.com one, what's his name?
US agent.
That's it. Yeah. US agent. Weren't they setting him up with that woman? And they were like, right, we're gonna towards the end of that show. He's not done, and maybe they don't get a second season, and they just go straight to Captain America 4, and that's where their storylines come out again. So if there's a Captain America 4, you're getting an officially licensed Hot Toys US agent.
Yeah.
So man, you're playing the long game, and
I know.
Hopefully, they'll be released before we all die.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
If Toys Era did it with the black costume, like I'm passing on it. But if that was a black costume, I might have got it, because you feel like you're ahead of the game then, and you've got him ready to kind of build the team around, sort of thing. I honestly think they missed a trick.
Yeah, they did. And here's the thing, like, I mean, we know that, and we talk about this, and I completely understand that with them, they go for what they deem is, marketable, or that's gonna, because here's the thing, like, they're sitting on a lot of figures right now. They are like, they're sitting on a lot, even some of the ones that they released that they thought, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that Harley Quinn is going to sit for a very long time. And not because I'm saying it's an absolutely terrible figure, but it's going to sit for a very long time. Like there are a lot of figures that are sitting that aren't seeing movement. And I mean, right now, I mean, we're even seeing like prices for all right, let me give you an example. The other day I canceled because I have way too many already right now, Death Watch Mandos. So I canceled one with them. I got the credit back. So I said, just give me store credit, whatever, not a problem. So they gave me the store credit. I was like, all right, I see that the tank commander, the Rogue One tank commander. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get that. So I used my credit. I didn't even think about it. I just put the credit in and used it, whatever. Bro, I put it in, and as soon as I put that credit in, it said I only owed $10. So I used certain points that were sitting there. It just said, you can use this X amount of points on this site. So I used the points. Then it took me to like the completion screen. Guess how much I got that thing for right now shipped?
They gave you $50 and sent it to you.
Bro,
is this the site that is this the site that I know the site?
You know the site. You know the site.
I love stories like this. It just warms my heart.
Bro, listen, like literally, I got that thing for $45 ship, and that's just paying for the shipping. That's it. Nice. That's it. And you're not going to. I'm not passing up on that. I'd be a fool if I passed up on something like that. But the reason why I bring it up is because right now that figure is on sale with them for like $198, $189. You know what I mean? Like the Shore Troopers, I think $169. You know what I mean? So we're seeing the simple fact that these figures, I'm not going to say necessarily are dropping in value. It's just that I think sometimes even companies like Hot Toys, it's an overreach. The production is extremely high, thinking that they're going to see movement, and they don't. But then again, it's like also realizing that over in that market, Star Wars is a popular IP. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of these things have a tendency to sit. You know what I mean? So I'm good with that. I'll take it. I'll take that as a win. You know what I mean? I'm getting what I want for a cheaper price. And I think, what we do is all of us, we actually go on and search. Here's the thing, because we're going to get into that. We're just going to segue into another discussion in a little bit. But I go for where, of course, I can get the best deals, and I got a deal on it. I can care less about the value and, how much it's going to be going forward. I think a grail is what you make it, of it. Your grail is your own personal choice, which you basically have in your collection. So no one can tell you what is a grail, what's not a grail when it comes to you. And value that's a totally different ballgame, which we'll basically get into that a little bit later on. But I think that, there again, we have to be more vocal, I guess, when it comes to like the figures that we want. We have to continue to be that way. And it was crazy because the other day, this is what lets me know that people are watching. Put up a post, whatever, and JC Hong liked it. Now I equated to that because he's watching, and they're watching our discussions. They are literally watching our discussions. You know what I mean? They know we're there. So again, we have to be a tad more and continue to be vocal. We have in which the rumor is tomorrow we could see Thor Love and Thunder trailer. This is the rumor. So we could possibly see it. Yeah. And on top of that, we got that, we got the MCU, the Marvel Legends figures that were released. We got this, sneak peek of that. So we got a chance to kind of look and see what those look like. So there's a lot going on right now, man. And hopefully, again, they're reaching out because they are trying to be a bit more transparent to see what we are. So Jason Hung, if you're watching, you want to come on the show, all you have to do is let me know, and I will definitely bring you on, and we will have a really, really decent discussion. So I know you're watching, man, and I shouted you out as well, man. Thanks for the like, thanks for the follow. I do appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
He's got to wear his flannel though, no exceptions.
Yeah, no exceptions. You got to wear
flannel and a beanie.
Flannel and a beanie.
No
I think he'll do it. I definitely think he'll do it. I want to bring this next thing up really quick. I mean, I know we've exhausted the conversation of it, But I dedicate this one to Ben. I have to, because he did such an excellent job at cosplaying over the weekend of this figure. So I just wanted to kind of bring it up, and that's the Moon Knight. Now, I bring it up for a particular reason. Those who have actually seen episode 2, hopefully you'll understand. We got this version, but we were also introduced to the second iteration of the character. Now with this one we got released, and of course, it's sort of, I think it's sort of unanimous that on the panel that a lot of us are getting this figure. I think except for Focus. Are you getting this piece, bro?
Focus look like, take that off the screen. Right? Remove this photo.
He didn't even say no word.
Just loves it so much.
He's not even saying a word.
Loves it so much he can't even put it into words.
There you go.
He's like, nope, I'm not saying a word. Focus, you're not gonna say anything, bro.
I actually didn't realize you were talking to me, man. Listen, I knew this was coming, man. I knew there's this like you're always trying to do it, Leia. You're always trying to kind of like just so shame to Focus. You haven't bought any figures from the any Marvel TV show ever, yeah? So what do you think of that sculpt there, huh? Look, it is really good. I did a pre-order preview video on this yesterday. Look, there was people saying that it looks like a bit of a Marvel Legends figure. I'm just going to debunk that straight away. If you look at all the photos and you zoom in and you see the detail, if you just look one strip of bandage, they have all the lines and texture that a normal bandage would have. Like there, if you zoom in, you know that's a bandage. Like the texture and the little crisscross design of the bandage, because that's the whole thing. It's like bandages, he's mummified, that wraps around him. If they were to actually use bandages, this thing would look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It would be too puffy. You wouldn't be able to articulate. It would not have the same kind of proportions. They pretty much nailed the proportions on this. And it's not all plastic. There is some fabric in there. You've got the wired cape, which looks great. You've got that kind of like the bit that drapes down the front. Even if you zoom in on the middle, it has the full moon with all the craters on it. The detail is phenomenal. So look, this is fantastic. I sat on the fence on this on my pre-order preview video, and I said, I don't know yet, because I want to see how the next 4 episodes turns out. Now, if they blow my mind, then I will consider this, but I'm just going to wait. It does look great, though. It does. And you know what? I like that diamond base and that crescent moon in the background. I think that's a lovely touch. And people have said, yeah, but if you want to have that, like, if you want to use that diamond base, it takes a big footprint. If you want to use that crescent moon, it's going to take up a bit of space. And then if you want to, like, suspend it, you're only going to fit one figure per detail.
Yeah.
Please, not a problem. So I haven't decided yet, Lael. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not saying yes either.
Not ruling it out, but right now it there's a possibility, but right now, you know what? Here, I like the simple fact that you're staying true to your name, Focus, because you have a focus. You have an unyielding focus that I have never seen before. That means that you can't be swayed. Like, you are harder than 4-day-old box of cornflakes that have been opened.
That is the greatest thing I've ever been called. That is amazing.
What a compliment.
Like, straight up, like, hard as nails. You are unmovable. You're the juggernaut when it comes to Focus, bro. You can't be moved. Like, straight up. But Dan, what do you think, man? I mean, I know. What you think about this piece, bro?
So that you can see him. I mean, they're literally just been posed.
It looks really good, man.
Yeah, and Pug as well. So.
I haven't seen the show yet, personally.
You haven't seen it?
No, I keep waiting to watch it with my wife, but we just can't squeeze it in. But it looks awesome. Like, as Shane was saying, if it was like soft goods all over it, it would be a nightmare, and it would pick up dirt and dust. It would be horrendous. I mean, there are some soft goods on there, like some like the little tunic bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the images that you've got on screen. It looks great, man. And it's like LED eyes. Yeah.
I can't wait to see. Here's the thing, because I need you to guide me, bro. Like I need your tutelage when it comes to photography, man. And when I think of that, I'm like, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do, and what you would do with something like this. Because I definitely know that any figure that, and I like this. I like what you did right here. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But I would definitely can't wait to see what you do with something like this, man, because I know it would be phenomenal.
It would look great, wouldn't it, on a black background?
Yeah,
like these images are great. I love these images, man.
Yeah, bro. Like they are really, 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 really killing it, man. I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving it. Yeah, my man Cam, bro. What's up, bro? What you? I mean, I know we talked about this, and like I said, I want to lay it to rest, but still, man.
Yeah,
I
mean, for me, it's probably 100% for me. I mean, it's an amazing thing. Matter of fact, we were watching the movie. I mean, we were watching the first episode, and my wife looked at me and was like, "You need that." I was like, "Oh, maybe I do." You're right.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I think I do." So, yeah, I love it. I love to see, whether they're gonna offer a head sculpt with the second suit. If we end up getting it, that would be really cool. I think. I'm excited to see what other characters that they're going to introduce, because there's so many that they haven't even touched on, and we're only in episode 2, and I feel like there's got to be. I mean, they have to do a season 2 if they don't move it into cinema format after this. So
yeah,
I'm excited. I mean, I love the suit; it looks great. They nailed it, man. Seriously.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely a no-brainer, man. Like to have something like this, and like I said, if you're a Moon Knight fan, then definitely this is something that's going to be highly complimented in your collection. Yeah, Ben, what's up, man?
Yes.
I mean, you being that you cosplayed as this character, is it safe to say that this is something that will present itself in your collection?
It's probably safe to say that wasn't a cosplay. You probably can't call it a cosplay to state of me. I'm kind of taking a reserved stance on this, similar to 1/6 figure focus, because we haven't finished the season yet.
Gotcha.
And I am enjoying it, but I don't think I'm loving it. I don't think it's given me the same kind of passion that I've had for some previous kind of Marvel projects. So, and I'm a comic book fan as well. I'm a massive Marvel fan. Yeah. And I've kind of always felt that way about Moon Knight in the comics as well. He's never necessarily gripped me in the same way. I don't know whether it's because the fantasy thing doesn't tingle me in the same way that other things do. So I'm going to kind of reserve judgment, see where the series goes. It is a stunning figure. I like a suited character. So the Mr. Knight thing, and the fact that Mr. Knight's kind of persona isn't what you'd expect as well. I won't give anything away, but I think that intrigues me about the character. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing if they do that, and if they give us a Oscar Isaac head sculpt as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I'm out of breath, by the way. I literally just sold a figure.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What did you sell?
I sold my Men in Black set.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't be having Will Smith look at me. He makes me nervous. Just and if I make a joke, he'd scowls, and I can't be dealing with the stress. No, they were rubbish anyway. They were those dragon model ones that are So I will invest the money in something sexier.
So you just wanted to kind of have it take a bit of a backseat to your collection for a second. No, I get that, man. I completely understand that. I can see that, man. We
won't open that conversation up on this.
Smacking the other figures, man. You don't want Will Smith going around smacking the other 6 guys.
Exactly. That's true.
You know what I mean? No, I understand. Definitely. Here's the thing. I think we're all, well, I guess me, it's going to be a reserve anyway. I'm going to get it. I mean, I'm so interested, and I'm definitely going to get it, but I'm just not pre-ordering. So, You know what I mean? It's gonna. We're forced at this point to kind of like just kind of take a back seat and watch and wait, you know, and just kind of hold it out like right there, because again, we got some time before it drops, and once it drops, you know, hopefully the show pans out the way we think it will. And I think it's going to be a great, you know, show and stuff like that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, not something that I don't think we all have to basically just dive into right off the bat. So nevertheless, though, still I'm happy about it. I'm happy that we're getting it. We just have to see how it fits and how they choose to basically fit you know, this character into the MCU. And if we get more, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing, is like, we also have to remember, like, for those of us who know everything or know you know, a lot about Moon Knight, there's a lot of people out there who don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That still don't, you know, that, you know, don't know the you know, the story behind Stephen Grant, the story behind Mark Spector, you know, dissociative personality syndrome, like what he actually has right now, the disorder, you know, and how many times it's actually the iteration has changed in the book. I do like the simple fact that during the storyline that you actually do get those codes that you just scan and it takes you directly to the comics. So I hope they continue to do that throughout, nice so touch. That, you know, it's a very nice touch to get people familiar with it. So very happy about that, man. But yeah, we talked earlier off camera. We had this discussion off camera because, you know, it was something that so we collect because, number one, you know, there's those of us who have been collecting for years. We've been collecting for a long period of time. There are also some new collectors, people who got into it, you know, because they've gained a certain level of respect, or they want to connect to certain things that they've seen for so many years, certain characters that they've been familiar with for so many years. And I don't know, I guess basically being in the collecting community, it's like I'm seeing so many differences, different approaches to collecting. You have people who collect out of love. You have people who collect, you know, because it is a direct connection to nostalgia, you know, what they felt, you know, whether they were young, you know, following certain IPs. But then you have people who collect because of value, buy and sell, trade, you know, they follow the market and stuff like that, which is cool. And I'm not knocking that. But at the same time, what I don't think is cool is when you question the average collector who may not collect, you know, who chooses not to collect simply off of value. They collect because they love it. They collect because it might have had symbolism in their life, whether it connected them to a family member, your father that passed away, your mother who, you know what I mean, or a show that you've seen, an actor who passed, or just clearly because you love collecting. You've done it since you were young, and it's followed you. I know that's just mainly me. You know, I've been collecting now, honestly, I can say for 43 years, like literally of my life, since I was young, since I was a kid. So I can honestly say that this is where I am. I do it because it's strictly love. But I don't, you know, watching this and knowing the history that I have and my involvement in collecting, it's become, you know, also sometimes a very divisive conversation where that almost even I watch where certain people feel attacked, you know, if they collect just because they love it. If they say that they collect and they don't really care about the value, or I'm not worried about it because I don't buy, you know what I mean? I don't buy and sell. I don't sell my figures. I don't sell my characters. And people are basically attacked because of that. Cam, what do you feel about that, bro?
Well, I mean, I think everybody has their own reasons, of course, you know, why they collect. I can't knock anybody if they're, you know, if they're looking for a come up or they're looking for, you know, just something that they love to do. I know my reasons for collecting. I remember being a kid and my grandfather took us on this road trip all the way up to Niagara Falls, right? So we stopped at my aunt's house at Syracuse. She used to work as a teacher at Syracuse University. And she had me like stay up in the attic, and remind you, I'm only like 12. So I go up in the attic. I'm like playing with these old toys that my older cousin had there. And they were like the original Flash, like the very first 6-year we ever got. But they were like made in like the 1980s, right? So they were all like wool clothing. heads all chewed up by a dog. But I just remember seeing these
lead-based paint.
Yeah, all that. They were completely falling apart because I remember her rug up there was still like 1970s orange color, right? So I'm up there playing with those, and I remember, just feeling so happy, at that time. And being a kid, and we had PlayStation at the time. I'm playing Atari like it's something brand new, because I had never seen it before. But I'm like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? This is something that people before me were playing with, that gave them the same joy that I'm having now. So when I first started collecting and I saw these figures, I tapped right back into that feeling as a kid, And for me, it's something that I would collect and I would keep to hopefully pass on to, my kids.
Yeah.
If maybe, I don't know. But maybe, I don't know. I gotta watch that. I need to talk to them first about it.
Yeah.
Make them earn it.
That thing gonna be in a yard sale tomorrow. I'll be like, damn. I'll be like, should I held on to them figures? So for me, it's more personal. You know what I'm saying? I have a reason why I collect these.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not just for the sheer love and the sheer enjoyment, but I feel like it makes me connected to other people too.
Yeah. It gives you a direct connection, man.
Right.
And again, and I say this because it's not a knock to people who don't. It's not a knock to people who, they look at it, because they want something more significant. They want something that's, special. They want, you want something to feel special as if it's, it's exclusive. And I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, is there even a such thing in this collecting game as exclusivity anymore? You know what I mean? Because we're seeing things that are remade, remastered, repurposed, you know what I mean? But it's the same thing. We're seeing this. So in knowing that actually happens, should we still set ourselves up to believe that there is a such thing as exclusivity? Shane, what you think, man?
Where do I even start? You mentioned people who play the market and keep an eye on it and buy and sell figures. Off the top of my head, I can think of about 100 different easier ways of making money. If you want to make money and you have a job, grant, there's one way. You can do some overtime. There's a second way. You can start your own business. There's another way. You can sell some stuff. You can buy some actual stocks or invest in a company. Or, me personally, I mentioned backstage before we went live, a few years back, I started dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. That's a whole different conversation. My point is, there are easier ways to make money. And I'm not against anybody making money. You want to look after yourself. Maybe you're saving towards a mortgage, a house. Maybe you want to buy that new car. Maybe you want to go on that holiday. Maybe you want to invest in your family's future. Maybe you want to invest in your future retirement. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just life. That's the world we live in. But I genuinely think there's so many easier ways to make money. These are not stocks. If you're trading, if you're making money if you're buying these for the sole purpose of flipping them and it's working for you, you must be some sort of genius, because I genuinely think that must be very, very hard. And if you could apply those skills to something else, like the stock market, you probably make a lot more money a lot quicker. So no, 100%. I collect because I love the characters, because I love the source material, whether that is a comic book, a TV show, movie, film, whether that is for nostalgia, that's something that connects you to when you're a kid, like the 1989 Batman or something like that. That's what got it all started for me. Or maybe it's something like Rogue One that came out a bunch of years ago. And I don't think I can really use the word nostalgia for that. I can use the word nostalgia because it links into Star Wars in general and ties back to A New Hope. But look at that Shore Trooper. It's not that old. So I'm not sure if I say nostalgia on that. It's just an awesome design. And I appreciate what I used to love is say if a movie comes out and you look at the story, exactly.
It is.
Good lines. Like when you look at a movie, like a science fiction film or a comic book movie, and they always have those books that come out where it has the sketch art. I am mesmerized by the talent that those people have, the concept art. And you look at an X-Wing and you look at about 10 different designs that they came to before they got that at X-Wing, and all of them are equally as good. And that's the one they made them. And just appreciate good design. So some Iron Mans I'm buying because I just love the suit design. Some I'm buying because it ties back to the one in 2008 that kickstarted the MCU.
Yeah.
It is not for me to tell. I don't. Okay, this might sound a little bit aggressive. It's not mean to. I don't care what anyone does with their money.
Yeah.
Because it's not my business. So I am not entitled to an opinion on that.
Yeah.
I'm not entitled to tell anyone what they should and shouldn't collect. I don't do that. If someone dislikes something that I like, I'm not going to get emotional about it because that's just, we're all adults.
Yeah.
I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Someone says they hate it. Oh, they hate, where is he? Where is she? And starts making jokes about Christian.
Yeah.
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 But if someone starts making jokes about that, it's like, fine. It's not going to change my opinion. I'm not getting angry because I'm not 10.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So,
yeah.
Look, just to wrap it all up, this is I'm collecting it because it's a hobby and I enjoy it, and I love walking into a room, flicking on those lights and just picking out a little detail of the Mark 47, or noticing a little shade on the side of the shore trooper, or just something about the gun that the heavy Mando has. I just love that and love having them, and I really don't sell that much. So it's for me, it's all about you have people there like one example, just at the risk of not contradicting myself, I have bought the 2-pack rooted Joker. I have bought the sculpted hair Joker as well, because I really don't particularly, I've never really gravitated towards rooted hair figures. And this is the first time I've looked and go, man, if that turns out like the prototype, that's too good to pass up. But I did mention that maybe in time I will gravitate to either the rooted 2-pack or the sculpted figure, and just keep maybe one and sell the other one. But I'm not doing that to go, I'm going to sell that. It's going to go to 5,000. It's not. It is not, because it's not like they're not making 1,000. It's not going to happen. So if I keep them all, fine. I know exactly where I'm going to display them. I know where it's going to work. So it's not like 3 of them next to each other. Yeah. Look, so it's not my position to tell anyone what they shouldn't do with their money or not what they shouldn't do with collecting. I think just live and let live, man. It's like, it's really not. No, I don't get the idea of flipping these for money. There are a million different other ways of making money. It's just this for me. It's a hobby. It's a lot of fun. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like when I hear someone say, "I question collectors," I question why you collect if you're not worried about exclusivity or value. I question that. Why? I guess, like, why would you question a person's choice? Like, why would you basically question a person's choice to collect the way they want? Right. You know what I mean?
That's the part I don't understand.
And I've never really understood that. And I get, and that bothers me because it's a slap in the face to someone like me who really doesn't look, here's the thing. And I want to put this out there. Like, when I collect, I've never been one to, I know like people say, well, don't buy that because the price is so high. Okay. I'll collect certain things that I want that are within reason. Sometimes I'll wait for things to drop in price, and then I'll actually go after them. That's what I did with this Shore Trooper Grunt. You know what I mean? I waited, it dropped in price, I got it. But it was something that I clearly loved, and I wasn't worried about the value. And I don't worry about the value dropping. I don't worry about when someone says, well, it goes from 400 down, or what if these figures are dropping? Is there going to be value in them going forward? I can give 2 shits whether or not it does that, because I know I have something in my collection that's a piece. Like, for instance, Alan, when you take your photos, bro, I can literally feel your passion through your photos, in the love that you have for collecting through your photos. I can feel it. I feel the energy. And I know that it's not one of those things where I'm just doing this because I'm gonna sell it off. I'm gonna take the picture and then I'm gonna sell it tomorrow. You're doing it because there's clearly love there. And everybody out in that community, even in the community right now, even, Clone Collectors, Elf Fito, Chewy Bandolier, AJ Agrusa, the Thor 2941, Braden, Bob Dylan, everybody out there collects because, Rowley, they collect because of the love. because they got these figures in and it connects them to certain things throughout the year. You know, that's just the way it is. Not because, you know, I'm collecting this thing because tomorrow I'm going to sell it to somebody else who actually wants it and I'm going to sell it at a higher price. Nah. And if you do that, that's completely fine. But don't question other people and the reasons why they do it. Don't question people for not really being interested in the marketplace. Don't question people, you know, or and this, now, mind you, when I say marketplace, I do want to, because Aries is my guy, has one of the best shows on TV. Me and him, as a matter of fact, me and Aries actually have a show coming up where we're going to actually just be talking about it. I can't even give too much away because I'm not going to talk about it while he's not here. We want to introduce it together. So we have a show coming up. We're going to work on it. Me and him.
Are you saying, Lael, that we have to wonder?
You have to wonder. Exactly. You have to wonder what that show's going to be, and we'll let you know. Yeah. But when Aries does it in a way that he's informing you. He's informing you basically, okay, this is what's out there. This is basically like the top figure that's going at right now. But Aries genuinely has the love for his collection. He loves everything he gets. He loves Star Wars. We both share an equal love for Star Wars. So with him, I watch him because he's informing me about what's out there, where I can get my figures. If I can get it at a cheaper price, you know, I watch it because I'm like, I know I get the honest to God truth from him. And on top of that, Aries is not attacking anyone at all. He's not basically telling you that you're stupid for. He's not one of those that does that. And that's why I appreciate him so much. Like, he's like a brother to me. You know what I mean? But when I hear some people, and it's like I said, it's not when I hear it and I see it, it's like, don't attack people for their feelings on collecting if they choose not to do it for the sheer value of it. People shouldn't be attacked over that. And I just don't like that. Alan, how do you feel, man? What do you feel about this, bro?
Like, I've sold 4 figures in my time, and regretted it. I live to regret it. It was in 2020, so it was like COVID was, you know, it was all going off, and it was Armored Batman, Man of Steel, Batman v Super, BVS Batman, and BVS Superman. Sold them, and I was like, you know, after Justice League, I was done with the DCEU. I was like, I lost the love for them, basically.
Yeah.
March 21, Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out. Man, I regretted it so much, but I needed the money, and I had some Endgame stuff coming in. I regretted it. So I'll never sell them again.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them. Like, I buy them because I love them. I love, you know, the craftsmanship of them.
Yeah.
You know, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I you know, if I'm running out of space, if you saw behind this, you'll never see it. It's bad.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I can't sell anymore.
Yeah,
because I will regret it. And I don't. When I buy them, I don't care how much they could potentially be in future. No, I'll never do it again, man. Never again.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Really quick, we got a super chat by Clone Collectors. You know, love always speaking, like always speaking the truth, man. Listen, man. Thanks for the $4.49 super chat, man. I mean, the thing is, I try to speak from a place where it's just. I think it's common sense for anybody to always, you know, look, we all have a space in this collecting community, whether you do it basically for selling, whether you do it because it's a personal thing for you, if it's a connection, nostalgia, whatever. We all have a space that doesn't grant or afford us, any reason to really challenge anybody else on their perspective of why they collect. You know what I mean? Like it really doesn't. And when I hear these conversations, I'm like, man, like, just imagine if I wasn't the person, if I wasn't someone who was a content creator on YouTube, and I'm sitting back in the chat and I'm watching someone who I follow, and I hear somebody say, well, I question collectors. I question you guys because You know what I mean? I don't know why you would collect without really questioning. Why would you collect if you're not worried about the value? I question your morals behind collecting. What? Not everybody's rich. Not literally,
Right.
not everybody. I look, I'm definitely not rich. I have
you
to
guys aren't
budget
rich.
every penny. Yeah, not
Sadly to say, I'm not.
Sadly
Yeah,
to say,
it's a shocker. I know, but no.
I have to budget
Not.
every damn dime on a daily basis and make sure that I have all my expenses covered. I make sure that my utilities are paid, mortgage, everything is taken care of, food's on the table. Once that's out the way, let's go. Let me see what I can get. Because if I got money to play around with, then I'm willing to do that. But yes, we do these things. Like what you're looking at behind me took years. It wasn't something that I just got yesterday. It wasn't something I got last week. This took years. A lot of this stuff is dated back to 2012. You know what I mean? 2013, 2014. Like a lot of stuff that I have is dated because I've done it over time. It's just that some years it might have actually come quicker because I was like, I gotta have it. I need this now. I need it now. You know what I mean? But then I slow down and I'm like, wait. I gotta look at the spacing. I gotta make sure that I got things accordingly. But at the same time, it's just out of love. And the last figure that that I've actually sold was because it was a mistake. It was sent to me by mistake by a company. So I sold it off at a reasonable price.
I wonder who.
Exactly.
Who could that be?
I sold it off at a reasonable price to somebody who wanted it. And I didn't upsell. That's the thing. I did not upsell. It wasn't something where I said, I'm going to make $600 off of a piece that just dropped for $280. No, fuck no. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that to that person. If they want it, I'm going to give it to you at a reasonable price because there's no reason for me. Look, I'm making profit because it was free.
Yeah.
But I'm still giving it to you and you're getting it quicker than what you would through some companies that are still waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I just don't think it's a space to basically question anybody's motives behind doing what they do. Ben, what you think, man? No. Go ahead, Focus. What are you going to say?
Right. I just want to make a point on this. So Warren Buffett, who's obviously a highly successful businessman, arguably one of the greater investors of our time, he has a phrase and he says, the price is what you pay and the value is what you get. So I was lucky enough to get that Sideshow exclusive Hot Toys diecast Mark 6 at retail. And with the customs and with the shipping and everything, probably worked out about €400 in total. I've seen that on eBay, even the used ones that are just like, opened and excellent condition, but just used, even they're going for, close enough to €1,000. I could sell that now, make €600 profit, but will that €600 buy me the value and something that will give me the same joy that I get looking at that figure, taking photos of that figure, reposing it? I don't think so.
Right.
I really don't think so. And I hope, like, people are crying out for a reissue for that Mark 6. And to be honest, I hope they get it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in this collecting
that
game
haven't had it.
that they're brand, especially maybe younger people, and they're getting into it and they're like really, really enthusiastic and they're watching all the streams and they're just getting that buzz and they're just vibing with it. And they just love that Mark 6. And, I hope it gets reissued. And I'm not going to look at that going, oh, no. Now you can get it for €350. I'm not going to look at that going, I still love it. So I think there's that bit of like I don't care if if there's, it's kind of going back to the Queen Studios thing again. I don't care if they've made 1,000 of them or 1,000,000 of them. I don't care if everyone in the world has them. Once it looks like the prototype, I'll be happy. It's not about like, I'm going to feel better because other people don't have this. Yeah. If the value, if I like whatever, like I did get a deal. I got the 2-pack for $724. Let's say the value just drops from that, and they're going like a few years later, they're going for like $300. It's probably never going to happen. But like, if it's as good as a prototype, like, I'm not going to feel anyway bad because I signed and dotted line, paid the money, knew what I was getting. Happy days.
Yeah.
So but then again, it's a mentality thing. That's just that's all I have to say on this. Really, I don't understand the whole trading on like stocks thing. There's easier ways to make money. Like, but it's not my responsibility or my right to tell anyone what they can and can't do. It's just an opinion. So
yeah. Very much so, man. I agree on everything that you basically said. I mean, especially for people who might have been. Kim, we talk about this all the time, brother. When that Mark 5,
what? I was about to say that. I was like, oh, I was like, when that thing dropped. Matter of fact, when that 47 came out too, I was like, thank you. So people online were like, oh yeah, you can get the 47, $700. I'm like, I ain't paying that. I said, okay.
Someone just wound up his drawstring.
I was like, okay. I was like, let's talk about.
Listen, I woke up and this is why the Mark V was a reason why I don't go to bed on certain release. When I know there's going to be a reveal, I keep my ass up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, just waiting to see. So I'm like, all right, cool. Cause that Mark V, I woke up the very next day and I saw it, right? So when you look at it, you think that, okay, maybe somebody just shared this again, as a wish. And then I saw re-release.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, get the fuck. I went on every site and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Yeah, those re-releases, man, they get me every time because even with the War Machine, the Mark 1, I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you, y'all. Because when you look at prices online, I would look online like different sites where you can rebuy them, and people were just going crazy with the price, and I'm like, well, never get it.
Because that Mark V was going for like almost 900, almost 1,000. I think it was going for like 1,000 and more.
And those were the non-die-cast ones. Some of them were non-die-cast, and I'm like, no, not for plastic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. And then they released this version with the die-cast. Yo, I was that Native American, that commercial. I'm telling you that when he turns around and that tear. Yep. Yep, focus right there, bro. That was me.
And I've never even seen it. I just heard loads of people talk about it.
Yo, that was me. Man. Like that tear just trickled down my face. I was like, I gotta have it. Definitely, I gotta have it, man. So that's when I feel people's pain. Real quick before I go to you, Ben. We have Chewy Bandolier, $6.99 super chat. Man, thank you very much for that, Leo. I love your sincerity and honesty. I feel exactly the same way as you do, bro. Like, listen, I think we all should. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if you're honest, stay within your truth. This is what I'm saying. Stay within your truth. If you basically say, I only get these figures to buy and sell, stay within your truth and be honest to everybody who is a collector, because then they can look at you and say, okay, I know what this person does. And honestly, I might watch you because you might have something out there that I want, that I can get from you. Yeah. So if you coming to me with clearly that level of honesty, then I know what to expect. But if you're hiding behind that, if you're basically saying I have a love for this, but then you have an ulterior motive, yeah, I'm not with that. And I think you're cheapening this community and you're hurting people out there who do collect. Honestly, you got to be honest with that. The honesty is first and foremost. I collect because I love. If you think that you're going to get my generous soul, you got another damn thing coming. She is never leaving my collection ever. I will die with that figure next to my arm. It's not going anywhere. So forget that. You're not getting it. You're not getting any pieces, no accessories from her. You're not even going to touch her or even sniff that figure. If you come over my house, it would never happen. So just letting you know. Anyway, Ben, what you think about this topic, man?
Look, as Figure Focus says, there are easier ways to make money, and I do sometimes regret what I did in the alleyway, but it's easy to make money if you want to. But I just sold a figure during this stream. I just sold my Will Smith.
Okay, like, you don't want to get smacked. We got that.
But the reason behind that was because something's happened or whatever that has kind of tarnished my kind of enjoyment of a character, and therefore a movie, you know, and franchise that before I held so dear that I bought some 1/6 scale figures that probably weren't a great quality anyway. Dragon model ones, they're about 50 quid each or whatever. But I wanted that movie represented in my collection.
Yeah.
I just made a massive loss on those. Like, I just made a massive loss on those. And every figure that I've ever sold, it's always been for a reason, either because I've got a plan for my collection, having different franchises represented in different ways in my room or whatever.
Yeah.
And every time I've sold a figure, I've made a loss. So if you are trying to kind of make some dollar off of us figure nerds, then think again, because it doesn't work that way.
I really appreciate your honesty. Sorry, I just really appreciate your honesty, because every figure I've sold, I've made a loss too as well. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. When you think about it.
And like, I think to tell, like, I can't sit here and even tell someone who is like, I'm gonna rinse all the figure collectors and make lots of money. I can't sit here and judge them, because that's what they're doing, and more power to you. In the same way that if someone collects figures because they just want to sniff them, Leo, you know, then more power to you. Like, everyone has their own reasons for collecting, and everyone kind of, I know you mentioned it earlier in the show about grails. Like, there's no such thing as a kind of monetary value grail in this game, because it's only a grail if you love said character, or if you're desperate to have said figure for your own reasons, then it's a grail to you and only you.
Exactly.
It might be common that a lot of people feel the same way, and a lot of people have that as their grail. But so I just I mean, I kind of obviously came on this show last week, pretty much brand new to the community 1/6 scale kind of world. I haven't really kind of engaged massively with streams and stuff. I've been watching creepily from afar. But like, you know, I came on here because I've been watching Leo streams, and I know that kind of honesty and that kind of transparency and that welcome, you know, that welcome that I received last week, you know, is one of the reasons I wanted to kind of come on. And you know, I think, with any community, look, I've been part of the comic book community as well. It's exactly the bloody same,
brother. Hell yeah,
and
brother.
The same debates are had over there in that community as well. You know, because you have people flipping books. You know, you have the whole grading game. You know, ridiculously priced variants that come out from day one and stuff. So there's the same kind of debates happening over there, and I'm sure it's the same in car collecting. Stamps, if that's what you do. But again, no judgment, because you know, we're all the bloody same. It's just different what we're collecting. So
and you're right. People, it doesn't matter if it's a gardening committee or some sort of political party, or you know, the billionaire spelunking club. It's just people. There's gonna be negative people. There's going to be positive people. There's going to be people who just like to start an argument. There's going to be people who just say controversial things to get a reaction because maybe they're not getting enough attention at home. I don't know. There's just, and that's the kind of the constant people. You know, sometimes there is, you know, it's a great positive. Like, look at the chat here. The chat is so ridiculously positive. I just have to acknowledge it. Like, you know, when I come on here, it's like, you know, little things that people tag you, you know, at 1/6 figure focus, or they tag Leah, whatever, and you're like, hey, how are you? You know, it's really, really positive. Like, so I think it doesn't matter what kind of club you're in or what you're into. Exactly like Ben says. Every now and then you're going to have someone who's just a little bit maybe negative, or just likes an argument, or maybe they're trying to get that emotional response to someone. So it's like, again, I go back to the example about Anthony 6-Scale Mafia. He's not a fan of Dark Knight trilogy. He hasn't even seen The Dark Knight Rises. But like, it's like it gives me no form of emotional response because of how he explains. He's just like, yeah, look, it's just not for me. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I love it any less. It's just like, I disagree with him, but it doesn't make a difference. It's not like I'm like, how dare you? And he's not saying it in a word to generate an emotional response.
Nah, he's not attacking it. He's just saying it doesn't fit well for him.
It's how you put it across. And even when I make a video and I say, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you disagree? Do you agree? I'm expecting people to, if they're like, no, I like this figure, I think I completely disagree with you. If they are able to put that across and express their opinion, even though they disagree in a respectful manner, that's perfectly okay. But it's just sorry, just total rant. I'm done. Drop mic. I'm gonna mute.
No. That's cool, bro. Because that's the thing. It's like I feel it in a sense where there's a place for us to have these discussions, and I think all of us come together because we genuinely do have an affinity and a love for collecting these figures, from the tailoring, from the sculpts, just sheer nostalgia of having and owning these pieces. And I don't get into it to really listen to someone talk about, here's the thing. I feel as though like as a content creator, and all of us who do content create, we have a certain level of responsibility for new collectors who come into this game. You know what I mean? They come in because, either they're looking to collect or grab a piece and they want to know about it. They want to know how we feel about it. And they look for a certain level of honesty. You have some collectors who are new that are coming into it looking for, people who do sell, because they're like, okay, I can get it from that person. You know what I mean? Or that person that can tell me where I can get it from, or they'll tell me what company. And I think that's what Aries show does. Aries tells you where you can get these pieces, who's selling it at a decent price, what's the market value on it, and he actually tells you, like, look, you might want to wait. Don't spend all your money on these particular pieces when you might be able to get it, and he always says, is it possible we'll see it? Yes. It will possibly see these re-released, we'll possibly see these pieces, or you might be able to get it, in hand. You know what I mean? And I respect that level of honesty. You know what I mean? I watch, I've been gracious enough to basically follow Justin, and be on his channel and be a part of his journey and stuff like that. And talk of how he reviews, like he gives you an understanding of how the figure works, the inner workings of the piece, whether or not you should buy it, if it's worth you having over long periods of time. So I definitely, appreciate that. You know what I mean? I get on Instagram and gallery. I'm always looking for updates. As soon as I see an update, I'm like, yeah, I'm clicking on that son, bitch. I need to see it. I need to see it because it just takes me into that realm. You know what I mean? Cam does basically reviews. When you're doing reviews and posing on videos, I can watch it and get a different aspect of certain things. Focus, I could just watch your channel and just be like, yo, I just got to be clean and motherfucker. I just need to know how to clean my shit up, because man,
101 lesson.
You know, the 101 lesson. But you know what I mean? And Ben, discovering your channel is just like how to make things fun. How to make it fun. How to make it really, really fun. It's collecting, you love it, but it's how to make the shit fun.
Well, it's all a bit silly, isn't it? Like, literally, I've got a Rorschach Barbie, essentially. We've got to have a laugh with that.
Yeah, but you got to. But it's just mainly how to make it fun. And then knowing that I can communicate with, different collectors out there who have been following me from day one, and we can talk about figures. I can talk to the single songwriters. I can talk to the Windman, you know what I mean, about certain things. And he gives, his Bob Dylan. Like, Bob Dylan is like, he's like a point. Like, Bob Dylan is a staple in this community, whether people know it or not, because he's a plethora of information, and on top of that, he helps everybody if they need it. So it's good to basically have him here. You know what I mean? It's there's so many people out there that I can actually rally. You know what I mean? I can talk to Chewy now. You know what I mean? CT603. You know what I mean? I can basically just talk to these individuals. And get their perspective on certain things, and watch, their growth, and I think the community needs, because it needs that level of growth. You know what I mean? Clone Collector.
I think what happens as well is, sorry, Leo, to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead,
like, I think people find their clicks naturally, in communities, because you know, I haven't seen the stream that you're talking about, but if on a stream people are saying, you know, you need to pay attention to what it's worth and how much money you can make, then eventually they will start to be surrounded by people that think the same. And the people like us who kind of collect for the passion of the character, the property, the figure, then, you know, we'll start to kind of, you know, form that area of the community, and eventually people will just find their clicks with that. But it's for me, sometimes it's just like it just does seem it's a shame if anyone, you know, loses a lot of money like over this. Like that's a shame, because that's, you know, we all, you know, live real lives as, away from our figures, and, you know, if anyone was kind of detrimented by this hobby, that's a real shame. Because it should only make us feel good. You know, that's the purpose of this, isn't it? It's to make us feel good. I mean, Christ, when I I mean, you can almost hear it in my voice, and I'm not, this is a shameless plug, by the way, in my latest C3PO figure unboxing review video. Check it out now, Attention Seeking Geek. But in my latest video, you can hear it in my voice, like the emotion that kind of overcame me when I held 3PO. Never thought I'd say that out loud, but you know, like it was so powerful. It was really powerful. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like it's about that connection that you have, you know, to, I was, you know, it was crazy because, and I was talking about this last week, you know, I was putting together the whole video for, you know, the classic suit Spider-Man, trying to figure out how I wanted to pay homage, in a sense, to the figure, the character. I'm talking about a hero, you know, a superhero that I've been following since I was young. You know what I mean? Anybody who's an artist who draws Spider-Man knows it is the hardest effing task in the world, because it is damn near impossible, because, you know, literally my hat's off to, you know, basically artists who tackle this. You know what I mean? You know, because you have to make sure that every line, every detail, everything is perfect. You know what I mean? So I remember those days. I remember the days of, you know, being an artist. Now to actually have the figure in true form, to be able to pose it the way I want to pose it the way I've actually seen it in comics, the way I've drawn it, you know, it's something that is very, very special to me. So to have that figure in hand, and to see over time, like to have that figure and then place all the other iterations of that figure that have actually come after it, to see that, you know, I look at it as past, present, and future of these figures, because now, like I said, we have the classic suit Spider-Man, we have Miles Morales, we have 2099, we have Spider-Gwen, we have Spider-Man Noir. You know what I mean? We have the advanced suit. You know, we have so many different iterations of this character. So when I was putting it together and I looked at Spider-Man at the top, you know, from a certain vantage point, I wanted to have it like everything spaced the way it was and create a movement. And I looked at it, it did get me a little bit emotional, because I was like, yo, I followed this character since I was young. You know what I mean? And to see the evolution, and for a company to say, you know what, we're going to give you that classic version now. And it to be so perfect. I love that figure. It literally can stand to be my release wise of 2022. It could be top 5 for me, because that's how incredible that figure is. But again, it was a connection that I had to that figure when I took it out the box and I posed it up. So yeah, like I know exactly how you feel, like putting it in your display, having it out there, and you're looking at it like, man, like I've grown up with these pieces. Like literally, I've grown with these pieces. I have a personal connection with them. You know, it's, you know, shaped my lifestyle. There's so many other things that I've actually could have been doing throughout my life. I could have gotten in trouble. I could have been doing some dumb shit, but I've connected well to this, and it kept me away from a life that none of us pretty much are afforded. You know what I mean? So again, you know, that's why I say, like, when I talk about these things, I'm really passionate about it, and I'm passionate for the collectors and people out here to do the same things, because I know they feel the same way, and I know they want a space where it's not divisive. You know what I mean? That they can actually come in. Yes, opinions are welcome, and I don't want people to actually, because when if there's a figure that you don't like and you say it, I'm like, all right, cool, because I can possibly understand why you wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? I get that. But as long as it's a safe space and we can actually have that conversation and we're all cool. But yeah, that's just my small little, there you go, rant. Not even a rant, but just my emotion towards the simple fact that I just don't think that we are in a space where we can challenge everyone else, for their reasoning. Just like, I mean, I'm not here to challenge a person who does buy and sell, but at the same time, I don't think that you should challenge me for just choosing not to. You know what I mean? Like just choosing to collect because I love it and I'm not worried about how much it's valued at or if it's exclusive. You know what I mean? I'm just not worried. Some people are, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it because I don't think that we right now it's a safe space to live when it comes to exclusivity, because everything has a chance to be recycled, re-released, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So
if anything, I wish they re-release stuff like without shame, like the K2 or the KX droid or whatever. Like I'm desperate. So I'm fairly new. I'm a newbie, and like I really want a K2 like in my collection, but the KX droid is not. It's not K2. Right. Like it's not the character that I want. So like I would have much preferred them just to, without shame, just say re-release on K2 droids, and they would have sold. Some people would have whinged, but they would have sold. Yeah,
they would have. Do you know what's
I'll send you my address if anyone's in the
just on that, I remember reading a few years ago that everyone needs a third space. Your first space is your family life. Your second space is your work life, and then everyone needs a third space. Now, maybe for some people, the third space is the travel or exercise, or maybe the third space is cooking, or maybe the third space is just I don't know, cycling or something like that, or maybe a combination of a few. But like for a lot of people, maybe the collecting hobby, and now the forums, the Facebook groups, the live streams, whether they're a content creator or not, maybe that is their third space. Yeah. As soon as your third space start getting a bit toxic, that's not cool. That is not cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but again, I think like, I don't know, here anyway, I'm always fascinated by the chat here. I'm always blown away by, we got 102 people in here, and like, just the likes of Bob Dylan. Like Bob Dylan, I think Bob Dylan's kind of like Falcone. And sorry, I'm giving him a compliment here. It's very loose. Leave it. So if you've seen,
isn't that a bad guy? Like,
no, he's not a bad guy. He's a great guy, right? But my point is, just bear with me that in the new Batman film, I don't want to give too much away, but basically, they're saying like Falcone really runs the show. Like we're here creating content and stuff like that, but my God, Bob Dylan's really pulling all the strings.
Yeah,
he's everywhere. So the likes of Bob
Dylan, in the
Dylan,
background doing it. Yeah.
Singer-songwriter, Doc Smizzle, the clone collector, like Keith as well, the 6-scale Padawan. I'm convinced he doesn't sleep at all. So like these people, like they do keep the chat going, and they make it worth doing, I think. And just like those, like, and again, you know what I'm going to say, Lael. I love photography. I love collected. I love making and editing videos, and thankfully, because YouTube sometimes is a bit of a grind, but it never feels like work. But the main thing, just someone tags you on a post, or comments on the video, or asks your opinion on something, and you're just a guy on the internet, and it's just, it does give you that bit of a and you feel like I'm making friends who collect online now. You know what I mean? Because like I consider Lael a friend now, and everyone else in the panel, even though we've never met. But these days, because of the pandemic, most interactions I had with my friends who live 10 miles down the road were online as well. You know what I mean? So it's I think there's a little, in every point of life, just a little bit of you're always going to have the negative people, and you just have to overwhelm that with the vast majority of positive people. Yeah. So like, and that's what it is. It's just it's a great community.
Kill them with kindness.
Absolutely. You catch more flies with a jar of honey than you do with a jar of vinegar. Yes. It's an old man saying for the day.
Let me write that down because I'm still
get the honey.
More flies with
He does realize this is recorded, right? You could just watch it back. That's true. There he is with a notepad at the end.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you got to forward it over. I don't know where to find it.
You're going to need to timestamp this, Lael. Timestamp. Old man quote at 1 hour and 29.
Got it. I'm using that shit. That straight up. That was some smooth ass shit to just kind of throw in there, bro. And then you throw it in, and then Cam, they got the nerve and the audacity to throw it in with the accent too. Ain't that some bullshit? Like, straight up, man. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
It was like a movie. I'll be honest. I was like, I'm in a movie right now.
Yeah. Right
on that, I've got to call out Bob Dylan for something today. We were commenting. We were watching the live stream of the Queen Studios thing, and he said, he atted me and tagged me and went 1 6-figure focus. Top of the morning to you. No one says that here ever. Ever.
Stereotype right there. It's a stereotype.
I thought it was funny.
It's funny because it's just like when I lived in Australia. I'll never get, bro. When I first moved to Australia, I was talking to a guy. We were having a conversation. I was like, I want to know something. I was like, I just want to know. I want you to answer. Do you really drink Foster's beer? And he looked at me, was like, hell no. He said, nobody drinks that shit here. He said, just like just like we don't even eat at Outback. He says, nobody does that. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm glad you told me that, because pretty much, yeah, it's what they want us to believe, half the damn time. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm glad I got that clarity. And that's why people in the United States, you need to travel. If you travel, you'll know more. Travel. Please get out, because you don't want to just be confined and just complacent in your own country, and you don't know the world, because you'll find some beautiful shit. Like, just travel. Get your passport and travel. Once restrictions are lifted, get COVID tested, make sure you get vaccinated, and that's just my word to you. Even if you don't, just come on, man, just be smart. Anyway, Bob Dylan with the $5 super chat. I'll do a variation of a classic Irish proverb in honor of Shane. The man takes a figure, the figure takes the figure, the figure takes the man.
I love it.
Perfect.
He's not wrong.
Perfect.
Not wrong at all, Bob Dylan. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Let's see here. What else we got, man? We got just so much love from everybody today, man. Thanks everybody for coming through. We've had a blast. Again, I mean, look, I love these conversations because they're just, impromptu. There's not one of those things where we just actually just sit back and just script this shit. You can't script this shit. It just actually comes the way it does. This is my daughter. She's in the building. Skylar Moore, thank you for basically, and Cam, when you were talking, like how you pass things down to your kids.
Yeah.
My daughter, who will be, she will be 23 on the 14th.
Time flies, man. Time flies.
Wow.
I didn't realize you were so bloody old.
Bro, yeah, bro. She is on. She looks young, but she will be 23 years of age, and it still has a baby face to me. I don't mean to put that out there. I know she's gonna be like, "Dad, come on now." But anyway, like literally, like whenever there's a new movie, like she's studied the history of just comics in general. She watches every show. She's watched every Disney Plus show, every Netflix show. She's been in every film. She loves Star Wars. Her favorite character right now of all time is Daredevil. She loves Daredevil. That is her favorite character of all time right now. She really loves Daredevil. But even her, like, you know what I mean? When I messaged her this week, I was like, all right, Skylar, I got tickets for the 7:00 showing of Doctor Strange. Now, I know that you work. But she was like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll just tell him I got to leave early for something else. She said, I'm not missing this movie. I'm just letting you know that right now. So, yeah. But I love that because
she's her father's daughter.
Oh, yes, she is, buddy. Oh, yes, she is, buddy. Like, and I love that. I love the simple fact that, what did she say? Don't say that. I didn't want to get any older than 21.
No one does.
No one does. Punk,
but it just gets worse and worse. Trust me.
It happens. It happens. So getting old is not always a bad thing. Like, sometimes it's a good thing because you get wiser. Your bones might hurt, but hey, it's nothing wrong with that. Just embrace it. And plus, you're still young. You're in your prime. Don't worry about it, Punky. We got you. But yeah, so definitely, man. Like, I mean, children are our gateway and our expansion of pretty much what we love. So yeah, and I have daughters. I got 2 daughters. It's like I'm done. I'm done. Actually, no, I have a total. If I had to total it out right now, I have 6 daughters. Because that's Toya's kids and my kids combined. So yeah,
that's cool, man.
I'm glad you clarified that, and you didn't just forget a bunch of children.
I don't know. These other 4, I forgot. Like,
bro,
just pick 2 favorites or something like that.
Bro, they know how to do it. They know how to pull your heartstrings.
Oh yeah, man.
They know how to get you. And I'm like, you're not. And sometimes I got to pull back, and I'm like, you're not. Your mom's already doing enough, so leave me alone. Anyway. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for a great show. We had such a great time today. Always, every week. I'm so glad. I mean, when we put this out there, we say like, Collectors Lounge International. I didn't know if anybody was going to actually like gravitate to it. So Ben, to have you here, Alan, to have you here, man, I'm happy as shit, because that is half the battle. Yeah. We get a chance to actually just, talk about it. And, every week Shane gets to drink. That's the thing. Like, he literally gets to drink every week. Like, bro, he literally displays his wine. He's like, yo, finally a show where it's at a reasonable hour and I get to drink, and I can just relax the rest of my evening. Yeah. Ain't that some shit? You feel better, Shane? Do you feel better, bro?
And like, look, like I always say, like, think about this. Like I got up this morning at 8 o'clock. I went to the gym. I did some work. I did the groceries, and then I did a bit of content. And it's just nice to sit down and just have a beer or two and just chat with some really, really good people about a hobby that connects us all. And it's so cool because we're all around the globe, so it's I do like having that beer or two, so happy days.
Yeah.
Because like most of the other streams, they're on at like 4 a.m. If I have a beer, I'll fall asleep. So that's not happening.
Like me.
Hell yeah. So
I'll see you on Wills later on.
Oh yeah. So definitely we'll be on Wills. Yeah. We'll have a decent conversation there, man. And speaking of, since we're talking to you right now, Focus, what do you got coming up, brother?
Well, first of all, thanks very much for asking. Look, I'm never going to take any of this for granted. Like, I have friends who are into loads of different things. I got loads of different hobbies myself. This is one of my no friends who collect. And I know, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I can nearly get you to say all the different lines of it. I love collecting. I love photography. I love making and editing videos. It's something very, very passionate about. But this is the best thing. Talking to you, talking to the chat, doing Insta Live, responding to comments, seeing if people actually like the videos or they agree or disagree with your opinion. That is the banter for me. That is what I really, really love. So look, I'm just going to fly through a few little plugs. I'm going to do a shameless plug, right? Yes. So my YouTube channel is 1/6 Figure Focus, just like my name's on screen here now. I'm on 472 subs. The channel is not that. It's not that. It's a pretty young channel. It's a small channel. It's only established maybe 2 months.
For now,
I'm aiming for that 500. I'm going to say it out loud. I like to manifest things. I like to hit. Just by nature, I like to set a target and then, put the plan in place and do things and try to get that target. If you're watching now, if you could just maybe check out the channel. I'm not expecting you to sub for free. If you check out and you like 1 or 2 of the videos, you like the content, happy days. If you don't like it, absolutely, I wouldn't sub to a channel where I didn't like the content. But if you do like it and you want to help me out, please just smash that subscribe button. I really, really do appreciate it. Yes. And obviously, everyone else here on the panel. I have set some time aside. I have 2 weeks off, so I'm going to go hell for leather. Just so that's a terrible Irish phrase, but it just basically means I'm going to go flat out. I'm going to be very busy making out content to give back to the subscribers.
Say that again. Have a what?
Oh, it's a real Irish country phrase. You'll be going hell for leather. Basically means you're going to go.
Yo, can't write this shit down. I can't be the only one, man.
I'm marking it. It's at 132.45. I'm sorry, 138.45. I know when to come back to it.
It means you'll be putting a lot of effort into something, doing something, like with your best effort. So I'm going to be grinding out a lot of content over the next 2 weeks because I have 2 weeks off. And I just, I hope people enjoy it. And that's pretty much it. The Instagram is at 1/6 Figure Focus. But as usual, folks, it is great to be here with Alan, Ben, Cam, and obviously yourself. So just really, really appreciate the conversation and everyone in the chat. There's some consistent legends in there. So really, really positive, good times.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Mind you, and I'm just like you, time stamping. But what I also do, bro, is I have audio clips. So I'm taking the audio of this and I'm going to actually start clipping pieces of their vocals to create sentences so that I can just overdub so people think it's me talking. It's not. It's them, but they'll never know. Trust me. Shit's going to work. I'm going to do it. Yeah, just this. Here you go.
His next show will be like, hello everyone, thanks for watching.
Exactly.
Like, has he said anything yet?
Hell yeah. They're like, get the fuck. Did he really just say that? I don't want to have a Milli Vanilli moment live.
Oh, man.
We don't want that.
Yeah. Get stuck.
I'll rehearse this shit. I'll definitely rehearse that shit. But yeah, man. If you haven't already, come on, man. 16-figure focus, IG and YouTube. Come on, man. Get him. Look. I'm not settling just for 500. Let's get him to 1,000 quick. Like literally.
Yeah.
If you are following this channel and you like great content, look, get over to focus. We need to get him to 1,000 subs. Anybody who actually Cam, where you at right now, bro?
Bro, it's low. I'm sorry. It's pretty low. I'm like at like 32. I'm trying to get to 100 though. So this is my goal right now.
Man.
I know.
There's 100
pretty
people
low.
here. You gotta.
I know.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Speaking into existence, get this guy to 100. Everybody that's hold on. Ben, where you at right now, man?
I'm at about, I've got to say as well, coming on last week, just like gave my channel this little boost.
That's
and
good,
I just want to say thank you to everyone that kind of watched me be silly last week and came over to my channel. But I'm on about 480, I think. I'll say that, and then like a lot of people have unsubscribed during the stream, so I might be on 460. But yeah, I'll race you to 500.
Come on, man. Let's get these people to 1,000, man. I'm greedy. I'm going beyond 500. Come on, get these people to 1,000. 1,000 subs, pretty much. Get these cats out there. 1,000 subs, get them monetized so they can bring you more content, stay connected. Come on, man. Like seriously, this is what we do in this community. Just get people there where they need to be. Since we're there, Ben, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna circle. Actually, before we go to you, Ben, Cam, what you got coming up, man?
Yeah, man. So I will be on later on with you and Figure Focus on Will's channel later on tonight. Yeah, he hit me up yesterday, and I was like, all right, cool, that'd be great. It's gonna be fun. So I'll be on there with you guys later on. And then this week I'm gonna drop 2 more reviews of the Thor Infinity War as well as the Captain America. I got some time off, so I'm finally able to hit these edits, man. That's the hardest part of it.
Right.
So it's like finding the time, this editing, and this Mac, if y'all are listening, I'm gonna tell you one more time. Get it together.
Yeah.
Too damn slow.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense. So other than that, man, I'm gonna try to drop some reels this week as well, since I'm I'm gonna have the kids at home and spring breaks here. So
cool.
Yeah, finding the time for it. But it's all good. We're gonna get to it. And if you guys haven't already, check me out at Cam's Collection on Instagram and YouTube,
come on, man. Subscribe, Instagram and YouTube. Do that now, not tomorrow, not later on, right now, ASAP. Do it yesterday. Yeah. Come on, man.
And again, thank you to Alan and Ben for coming on, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. You guys are great. I talked to you all week, both of y'all. And we come on all week to each other, so it's great, man. Thank you guys again for coming.
So the question is, Focus and Cam. The question is, will both Alan and Ben be on the Christmas show that Sunday?
Oh, they gotta be, man. Yeah,
Alan,
no doubt.
Alan,
come on, bro.
I know, man.
Alan, I let it slide today. I let it slide today.
I was like,
I let it slide today. You are a fantastic photographer, and that's why I let it slide. And you're a very nice guy, and you've got a good way, but you got a cool Scouse accent. So you gotta get that flannel. And for the Christmas show, though, it could be Christmas jumpers. We haven't really decided yet. Geeky Christmas jumpers.
Yeah, it could be like the ugly Christmas, Christmas sweaters, man. We could do some stuff like that. That'd be fun. But we gotta have it on a Christmas show. What's up?
And Leo, sorry, just 2 little points there. I'm after dropping the link to Cam's Collections YouTube channel in the chat. All they have to do is click on it and click the subscribe button. Apparently, it's very good for your health. Yeah, it makes everyone 20% better looking. And also, I just have to call out Keith, the Padawan collector, the 6-scale Padawan. We reached out to him, and he said he will come on, but only when Hot Toys release the Book of Boba Fett card Bane. So when that happens, he has to come on. So it's gonna happen.
Well, we have Hot Toys watching, so
Hot Toys is out, and I think they're gonna give us that Cad Bane.
Yeah,
give JC
literally. If they release
some last week about it too.
If they release Cad Bane,
talk to your people, right? Yes, yeah. Cad Bane. If they release that Cad Bane, the internet's gonna go. So yes, come on, man. Let's get that going, man. So anyway, come on, man. If you haven't already subscribed to Cam's collection, come on, man. Great content, great guy, smooth, all around good dude. Come on, man. You got to do it. It just has to happen. It has to happen, man. Yes, my man Alan, bro. 6 Scale Gallery on IG, bro. What you got? I mean, bro, literally, like I feel so ashamed. Every time I go look, it's like literally I'll sit in front of my and I'll take a picture and I'm like, yo, that shit is fire. I'm like, yo, that is incredible. And I'll scroll through and I'm like, I see Alan's and I'm like, fucking delete this. Just going to rub my shit out. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back to the drawing board, bro, because it's like, and you do it so effortlessly, bro. Like, come on, man. And then hold up. Speaking of which, Shane, the fuck are you doing, man? Because I've been looking at your photos too, brother. Can y'all just look? If you know you're good, and you know I'm lacking, just be like, Leo, you might want to kind of pull back on this, add a little of that, and just give it some flash. You know what I mean? Something like that. Just give it a little something. But anyway, Alan, man, what you got coming up next, brother?
Man, like I'm just happy to be here, man. I feel like a kid sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm just kind of looking around at everyone like, wow, I can't believe
there's no grown-ups here.
No grown-ups. Definitely no grown-ups in this arena.
Just I'm just gonna keep shooting and putting them on Instagram. I've got Golden Armor Wonder Woman coming next month.
Ooh, nice.
I cannot wait. Can't wait to.
Ooh, I can't wait to see you spin on that one, bro. Yeah, I know you are going to kill it. I know you are going to kill it. I'm literally like, bro, you should literally, and I'll say this, and I'm not even joking. Like, you should really put together a book, like of all your photos, bro. Like just figure photos. Like you should really invest in doing it, because I would definitely buy that shit and cheat. I would buy it and I'd look at your photos and I would find a way to capture that shit and be like, I've done it. But then I know if I do that, then you'll find a way to innovate and make me look like shit. And I'll be like, damn, I gotta try again. But no, definitely, man. I love your photos, bro. I do. I am such a fan, man. I really do appreciate it, man. So,
thank you, man. I'm a fan of every one of you guys here.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. And that's why we do it, bro. We are fans of each other's work. We appreciate and we support each other's work. That's what I'm talking about. My guy, Ben, what you got coming up, man? What you got going on over there at your channel, man?
So I've got my weekly live streams now for the Moon Knight episode reviews. So if you come along on a Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. BST, and that's just a good kind of relaxed and silly chat about Moon Knight. And then I've recently acquired the Sideshow C3PO, so that video is now live. And then randomly, I've got some Nightmare Before Christmas kind of figures, which are kind of 12-inch in scale. So that video's live as well. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm amongst, some really talented and nice individuals. And, what better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than just hanging with like-minded individuals talking about our figures. Brilliant.
Hell yeah. And I'm just writing this down real quick. Christmas.
I'm going to come as Santa to the Christmas stream.
No doubt. Any excuse to dress up.
Exactly. That's it. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Once you have hot toys in that sack for everyone, though.
There you go.
I think my sack's been empty for a while, to be fair.
I regretted it as soon as I said it.
As soon as you said it, man. I knew it.
I knew it. There's no way he's gonna. Nah, you're messing with an Englishman. He's not. No, there's no way he's gonna let that slide.
You can't walk that back now because that door was open.
Ho ho ho.
Anyway, man, thanks very much. Thanks everybody out in the chat for actually coming through. Ryan Smith, Cam's Collections out there. I see you, bro. 6 Scale Padawan, Damon Zapp. We got Ian McKenna. Butch is in the building. Raleigh Reviews. We have Trimble Dust. Figure Focus is out there again. We got let's see here. Bob Dylan, singer songwriter. Carlito is in the building. We got Cam Float Around. Mad Makes. We have Chewy Bandolier in the building. Thank you for being here, man. As always. Brendan Salad is in the building. My guy. Let's see who else we have. Fuzzy Dunlop is in the building. Clone Collectors, thank you for basically being here. Saya Dream, Raleigh Reviews, James T. Keegan is in the building. We have, let's see here, who else is here? Amir Namanzadi. I got to get that name right, and I will. I promise next week you'll hear it and it'll be right. Louis Labitz. Let's see here. We have El Fito is in the building. Thank you for being here. Leo Riley. Real Lemay or Real Lemmy is in the building. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see who else we got. H Green 1313, another amazing photographer, man. Thank you for basically being here. Commander Crook, my daughter, my baby girl, Skylar Moore is in the building. Latoya T. Let's see here. Oh man, we got quite a few. Windman 42 is actually here. Let's see who else we got. Lizzie Venus is in the building. Thank you for basically being here, Lizzie. Let's see who else is actually here. We said AJ. Let's see here. Did I miss anyone? I'm hoping I got you. If I didn't, you were here in love. Like, definitely, always. And I'll make sure I get my round. CT603 is basically here. 16 Pizza is in the building. Is that cold pizza or is that warm? Let us know. Because if it's cold, it's definitely in the morning. Cold. Love it. Definitely love it, man. Brayden is in the building. My guy from Australia. Love you, man. So always, again, thanks everybody for basically being here. Two Ferns was actually here as well. Ryan Smith. Thank you guys for actually coming on. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Till next week. I mean, keep it classy. All love. You're always welcome here at the lounge. Bring your own drinks. BYOB. Bring your own. You know what I mean? But other than that, you know, it's always welcome. And again, thanks for being, you know, very supportive to the channel and just coming on and being positive and staying positive. Till next week, we will see you later. Lots of love, lots of everything, peace and all that. And see you later. Peace out.